Welcome to Wild, Quiet Stories. Today we find Indian paintbrush. Close your eyes and let's get started. You are safe. There's nothing you need to solve. Nothing you need to fix. You are free to rest. Your breath finds its own steady rhythm. Inhale and exhale softly. This trail begins in warm summer light. Dust rises softly beneath each step, then settles again. Path winds upward through the mountains, curving between open meadows and scattered trees. Somewhere ahead, there is a lake. Cool water waiting quietly beneath the sun. The children know it is there, even if they cannot see it yet. So they continue forward. The air smells of pine needles warming in the afternoon heat. Grasses sway gently beside the trail. Insects hum quietly somewhere in the distance. The trail is not difficult, just endless, the way summer trails sometimes are. One bend, then another. A little farther, a little higher. Backpacks shift softly with movement. Towels are tied loosely to shoulders. Voices drift ahead, then fade again into the open air. And then a sudden flash of color beside the path. Bright red, almost glowing against the green. Indian paintbrush. It rises taller than the nearby wildflowers, standing above the grasses in scattered clusters. Bold without trying to be. Bright without effort. Small sparks of color scattered across the mountain. The children always notice them first. Excited voices carry briefly through the meadow. Another patch ahead. Another beyond that. Little landmarks along the trail. Quiet landmarks that the lake is getting closer. The The flowers sway gently in the breeze. Not fragile, not delicate, but steady. Their stems remain upright even as the wind moves around them. Indian paintbrush has a hidden nature. What appears to be its flower, bright red and vivid in the sunlight, is not truly the flower at all. The real blossoms are smaller, nestled quietly within the colored leaves. Something softer hidden inside something bold. There is a quiet comfort in that. Not everything true announces itself immediately. Some things remain protected, held gently beneath the surface. Bees drift between the blossoms. Butterflies pause there briefly before continuing on. The meadow carries on around them, alive with quiet movement. Indian paintbrush cannot thrive alone. Its roots reach into the soil beside neighboring plants, drawing shared nourishment from the earth around it. Connection helps it survive. Support helps it grow tall. Even the brightest flowers depend on something beyond themselves. The trail continues, step after step. The lake still waits somewhere ahead, hidden beyond the trees and stone. But the journey no longer feels endless. The flowers have changed something. Not the distance, not the mountain, only the feeling of moving through it. The afternoon sunlight grows warmer now. Golden light settles across the meadow grasses. The red-orange blooms glow softly against the hillside. Bright enough to catch the eye. Gentle enough to belong to the landscape completely. There are seasons when courage looks loud, and seasons when it looks quiet. A steady trail, a child continuing along, a flower growing brightly among stone and wind. None of them trying to prove anything, just continuing. The trail bends once more around the stand of trees. And suddenly, the lake appears, wide and blue beneath the summer sky. It is still at the edges, but rippling softly where the breeze crosses the water. Excited voices rise ahead along the shoreline. Shoes scatter near the rocks. The long hike dissolves almost immediately into laughter and sunlight. The water is cold the way mountain lakes always are. Sharp for only a moment, then refreshing. Feet splash through the shallows. Small waves spread outward across the surface. Towels dry slowly on warm stones beside the shore. Dragonflies skim low across the water, bright and quick in the afternoon light. And above the lake, Indian paintbrush still grows along the hillside. Tall bursts of red among the green grasses, bright enough to be seen from far down the trail. There is a reason these flowers have long been connected with courage. Not fierce courage, not loud courage, but the quieter kind, the kind that keeps moving forward, the kind that follows the winding trail, even without seeing the whole path ahead, the kind that remains rooted through changing weather and still grows bright against the mountain. The flowers rely on the strength around them. The lake relies on snowmelt from distant peaks. The trail exists because countless feet traveled it before. Everything here is connected, supported, carried forward together. The afternoon stretches gently onward. Sunlight dances across the water. The breeze cools the warmth of the climb. And for a little while, nothing exists beyond the mountains, the lake, and the bright wildflowers along the hillside. The sunlight softens further. Shadows stretch long across the trail. The grasses sway once more, then grow still. The mountain settles into evening quiet. Nothing needs to hurry now. The lake is here. The trail is here. The flowers are here. You are here. There is nothing more. Just warm light. Just open trail. Just quiet courage. Stay here as long as you like. Thanks for listening to Wild, Quiet Stories.